Your Excellencies, members of the Diplomatic Corps, ladies and gentlemen, Bula Vinaka, and a very good evening to you all. Your Excellencies, I'd like to thank everyone for helping make the first day of this CAP event a success. And again, extend each of you a warm welcome to Fiji. For many of you, this isn't your first time in Suva. We've been here before, and together, imbued with similar purpose, we've made history in these very same rooms. When we Pacific Island leaders come together, we create one of the most powerful engines for climate action anywhere in the world. Because we, better than any other national leaders, understand the urgency of the situation we face. For us, the climate struggle is not about balancing industrial interests against the interests of humanity at large. For us, it's only about survival. It's only about realizing a future where all of our people can live in safety and security. And our shared urgency and shared purpose has led us to a successful first day of discussions. It was at past CAP conferences that we first saw the potential of the Pacific concept of Talanoa in creating a real progress in climate discussions. Now, that format for honest and transparent dialogue has taken hold all across the world. And I'm grateful that we've continued to abide by the Talanoa spirit throughout our seminars so far, which have led us to this Blue Climate event. We're looking ahead to COP25, dubbed the Blue COP, in acknowledgement of the intimate interlinkages between our oceans and our changing climate. Again, our perspectives as Pacific Island leaders grant us all with an almost innate understanding of that reality. We lead nations surrounded by vast stretches of oceans, and we lead people whose very identity and well-being are directly tied to the health and well-being of our seas and the life they sustain. We know that climate change and ocean preservation are not bonded by a simple cause and effect relationship, that the impacts go both ways. Our climate is regulated by our oceans, as our oceans are degraded by rising global temperatures. Threats to our ocean represent threats to the stability of the global climate, and vice versa. That is why both issues must be discussed with equal urgency and be given equal billing within the global frameworks that are tasked with finding the way forward. Our friends in Chile have shown us that global leadership on these issues is hardly limited to the South Pacific, and we're proud to see that commitment shared by the incoming COP president. There are others leading from the front in solving these issues as well, including the United Kingdom and the Commonwealth. To represent that leadership, I'm now pleased to turn over the stage of the High Commissioner, over to the High Commissioner from the United Kingdom, of course, Melanie Hopkins. I wish us all a productive day of discussion tomorrow. And thank you.